So now this week's episode of Masamune-kun's Revenge, episode 8, is absolutely a game changer. Like, this is the game-changing episode. This is the episode that says, whoa, which way is this story going to go now? And we're going to get into Aki in a second, and we're going to get into Makabe last. And I have a really interesting take on Makabe at the end of this video that you guys may, it'll be a good debate. So, we start off with Makabe actually realizing, hey, Fuji stole my picture. Oh, shit. And obviously that's worrisome to him because now she knows who he is and or who he used to look like. But now the title of this video is actually a single aspect, and she simply states, being fat is just a single aspect. That doesn't mean you're ugly. That doesn't mean you're no good. That doesn't mean any girl doesn't want you. And that's a realization to Makabe's like, holy shit. There's a pretty girl right here that just says I was so cute for being huge, being fat, being totally obese. And that's a huge realization for Makabe, and we see that. And I'll just say, I did not expect her to kiss him. I was like, oh my god. I literally put my hands on my head, like, it's actually happening. There's no cliche thing happening here. It's actually happening. She is kissing Makabe. I'm like, instant game changer. Unless Makabe pushes away and like runs out and does something silly like that. But no, he actually stayed there. And actually, Fuji's actually looking to do a little bit more from what it looked like. Like, I mean, she lit him down, and yeah, they're about to go to town on each other. But that's besides the point, right? But it's such a serious scene, actually, and that single aspect, and it even makes, Makabe have the realization of, hey, I don't even need to do this revenge, because what Aki felt and thought back then, what she said to me, it doesn't matter. Pig's foot doesn't matter, and maybe that wasn't even the real reason why she rejected me. It wasn't because I'm pig's foot. I wasn't because I was fat. It was just a single aspect of me. And if other girls think like this, maybe she does too. Who knows? Because if you look at in between the lines, Aki's never shamed someone for being fat or anything like that, or really kind of even for the looks. It's always been for other things. Just because Aki's Aki, right? And that's such a game changer. It makes me wonder, how is this gonna go now? Where's the story going to go now? Is he actually going to end up with Aki or not? But also in that scene, we have to get characterization for Makabe, and we find out that, hey, Makabe is never mean when he is little. He is only really kind of defending himself. People picked on him because he is fat, and the aspect of what guys do and the aspect of what girls feel and think are totally different. I think we all know that, because girls definitely think and feel totally different. I mean, there's so many times like, well, that person's huge. Why is she with him? She's absolutely beauty. Why is she with someone that looks like that? And us guys, that's our guys' take. And girls kind of like, they have that take, right? We all like that physical appearance, right? But sometimes that's not just the case. And when it comes down to it, that's truly not what matters. And the message they're trying to display here is actually very evident, right? But we come to the realization that Makabe actually, he's basically been forced to think like this because of who he was and his financial standard, right? And I'm really interested to know, like, okay, so he lives in a nice house now, but like, where does dad go and stuff like that? Like, they put an emphasis on this rich. You'd think they would actually put an emphasis on like his family. We see his mom, but I'd like to know a little bit more about his mom, especially since he knows Fuji. I want to know more. It's that straight up and simple. I'm not sure what Makabe meant about you don't love me. I don't want to be with someone who's not going to take this serious. And I don't know how to interpret that. I'm really kind of dumbfounded. I'm just kind of like, what's he mean? This girl, I think it's pretty evident that this girl likes him. This girl clearly likes him. It's so evident. I mean, it has to be. Is there something that we're missing here? I'm not really sure, but even Fuji states that, is this what it feels, what people talk about when whenever you're heartbroken? Is this what heartbreak feels like? And I'm just kind of like, whoa. And especially since Makabe straight up says, my goal is for revenge. So Aki, I'm choosing Aki. Because she asked, what do you mean? Does this mean you're choosing Aki? She's like, he's like, that's my revenge. I'm like, whoa, you just turn this girl down just for revenge? And it shows the serious flaws in Makabe. It shows the serious flaws in Makabe. And now let's head over to Aki real quick. Aki even states that if you keep trying to be familiar with me, you'll be sorry. What is she referring to? I'm wondering if there's something with her family that's gonna really mess with Makabe. I'm not really sure. I'm really interested to see what's going on with that. It's foreshadowing something. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but what I don't know, man. I'm just so dumbfounded. I don't really know what to say about that. So then let's hop back to Makabe really quick. So we found out that Fuji actually takes all those vitamins, and that wasn't grape jelly or anything coming out of her mouth. She's having a seizure or whatever. She's very ill. I'm not sure what kind of illness she has, but she ran away and didn't take her medicine with her, so obviously that's going to cause you huge problems. So now we hop on over to what Makabe said, and this is really, really low. And this, he's like, this is, no, I need to lay it all on the line. I went over there, I told Fuji, I'm picking Aki. I declined her offer to be with me. And I'm like, what? I'm still dumbfounded. Why does he not feel this is serious? And I think what it is, guys, is the simple fact that Makabe's still stuck on revenge. And at the same time, he's really turned into a piece of shit now. Like, we know that he's truly a good guy, but that's the biggest piece of shit thing he could have done. To just for the revenge and try to get with Aki. And one thing that could really kind of irk me is if, for the sake of the story itself, they make it so Makabe, you know, and Aki end up together because Aki changes magically. But what he did was still shitty. What he just said that I declined her for Aki because you had a girl right there, Makabe. You should have took her, and you're doing this for revenge. It's all about revenge, man. He has to get that character development to where, hey, Fuji gave it to him. It's the only single aspect being fat, and it almost, you know, cleared the whole revenge thing. But he has to get out, he has to take that next step of character development and say, hey, what am I doing? There's a girl right there, there's a girl right there, and there's a girl right there. Why? And they're all perfect for me. Why am I stuck on this revenge? And by the way, Yoshino, I was upset about the beach episode last week. I stated that. But I'm glad we got to see her in bikini this week, man. I just sorry, I had to throw it out there. I'm sorry to kill the mood of the serious tone, but Yoshino is best girl. Mentally and physically. Proportions. But as always, guys, you've been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and most definitely leave your thoughts on this episode of Masamune-kun Revenge, episode 8. And I will see you guys next time. Be sure to check out my Patreon down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.